Well played, capitalism. Well played. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 ingenious marketing ploys we totally bought into. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at some of the most impressively successful marketing practices the world of consumerism has ever seen. We'll be examining both specific campaigns as well as marketing techniques in general.
If for some reason you're waiting for me to tell you to drink it, I still wouldn't tell you to drink that thirst-quenching Sprite. I'd ask you, you want a Sprite?
Number 10. Misleading food advertising and visual appeal.
So we'll keep the camera, the lights, and everything the same. It'll be a direct comparison of the right side of both burgers.
Perfect. It's no secret that advertising aims to make a product as appealing as possible, but nowhere is there a bigger discrepancy between the advertised look of a product and what you actually get than with food. Food stylists have mastered the art of making a burger and fries downright seductive, eliciting a strong bodily reaction from consumers that screams, "I need that." In person, however, these menu items are often a disappointment. We're all aware of this disconnect, and yet we still buy into it. Of course, even in person, like at the grocery store, appearances can be deceiving. Freshly misted produce always looks great, regardless of how good those veggies actually taste.
Look how beautiful those look.
Can't wait to eat.
Number 9. Hip anti-advertising.
How do I feel about my period? We're like this. I love it.
Anti-advertising might sound like the philosophy of someone looking to break free of modern consumer culture, but it's actually just another marketing tool. The basic concept is this: in a world oversaturated by advertising, in which many consumers have grown jaded and openly critical of traditional ads, how do you recapture their attention? The answer? Taking the Be Rabbit approach and mocking yourself, your own industry, or advertisements before they can.
I would tell you to drink it, no matter what that cue card says.
Bruh, man, say it.
No.
It's actually a technique that's been around for decades, dating back to 1959, when Bill Bernbach launched a Volkswagen campaign that appealed to its skeptical consumers, and thus painted itself as the counterculture choice. It's brilliant, sneaky, and the key to tapping into youth markets. It's rebellion commodified, and it works.
Folks, evidently sales of pistachios have not skyrocketed in the last 30 seconds due to a lack of branding.
Number 8. Decoy pricing.
I'll take a medium sliced popcorn, please.
Sweetie, it's only 50 cents more for large. Why don't we get a large?
Okay, let's get a large.
Businesses have found a lot of creative ways to manipulate the customer. For example, 20% off the original price means nothing if it's never actually sold at full price. Decoy pricing is even more manipulative, playing multiple products off each other to maximize profit. If you have one TV priced very low, one very high, and another in the middle, both the presumably cheap product and seemingly overpriced option make the shopper more likely to get the middle one. The secret is, the salesman was never actually trying to sell you either other option. Other times, a middle option is introduced just below the higher priced product in order to facilitate an upsell to the most expensive good. Number 7. Wedding registries.
So I'm so excited to partner with Macy's Wedding Registry to share my curated collection with you all.
If you can generate increased sales while giving consumers the impression that your business is actually doing them a favor, well, you've earned yourself a slow clap. Giving gifts at a wedding is a time-honored tradition, but it wasn't until 1924 that the concept of a wedding registry became a thing. The brainchild of Chicago-based department store Marshall Field's. The wedding registry allowed the bride and groom to take better control over the gifts they would expect to receive, and took the fuss out of shopping for guests. It also just so happened to secure the store a massive sale. Talk about a stroke of pure marketing genius.
Because what you do is you basically select an item, you scan the label, and that goes onto your registry. And then you can go home and check on it, and then you can change things or come back and change things. So it's a really great tool.
Exactly.
Number 6. Bottled water.
Consumers react to word that many of their pricey favorites come straight from the tap.
Finally, a physical item to contain water and take it on the go. How convenient. In the age of running water, cups, travel mugs, and reusable water bottles, bottled water never should have become such a hot commodity. But for whatever reason, business started booming in the late 70s, and we've bought in bulk ever since. Massive environmental concerns aside, it needs to be acknowledged that many bottled water companies like Dasani are literally just putting filtered tap water in bottles. But hey, if you can come up with a product that costs you next to nothing and people buy it, you've already won the marketing game.
Well, we've been trying to educate people that bottled water is one of the greatest marketing scams of all time. 40% of bottled water is really just filtered tap water. And every day we throw away 30 million single-serve bottles of water.
Number 5, anthropomorphism. Have you ever watched a disaster film and after feeling generally indifferent to all the death, suddenly felt very concerned when it looked like a dog was in trouble? You're not alone. People tend to connect with animals more than with humans. It's an innocence thing. Advertisers recognize this, but have learned that it works even better when these animals are made to exhibit human-like behaviors. Consider the Geico gecko. Would you have paid as close attention had they employed a human spokesperson?
Some bloke tells you to go to Geico.com and you're like, really? And just who might you be? But a gecko, he can be trusted.
Anthropomorphism in advertising actually extends beyond animals to inanimate objects too. We project a ton of human feelings onto both our animals and our possessions, and advertisers have learned to tap into the sentimentality.
They're great!
Number 4, Gruen Transfer.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
Have you ever lost track of time while at the mall? Or worse, lost track of why you went there in the first place? Of course you have. Malls are designed to achieve just that effect in shoppers. The Gruen Transfer or effect is named after architect Victor Gruen, the man who pioneered the concept of a comfortable, well-lit mall with plenty of benches and greenery. His aim was to make shopping pleasant and social. Unfortunately, he did too good of a job, and his mall design was soon bastardized when retailers and owners discovered just how malleable shoppers became in Gruen's welcoming environment. Though Gruen himself opposed this manipulation, there was no undoing what he'd created. The modern mall zombie.
If you play that John Lennon song backwards, it says, "Imagine all the people browsing in a mall." Isn't that weird?
Number 3, Gillette's creation of a new thing for women to worry about.
So find a Venus Smooth that contours to curves, flexes for comfort, and has a disposable made for you.
The pressure placed on women to conform to standards of beauty is a driving force behind consumerism that's too old and too large for any business to take credit for. That being said, there's always room for innovation in the world of influencing consumers. And with this marketing push, Gillette found a whole new way to make women self-conscious about their bodies. Up until 1915 and the introduction of Gillette's Milady Décolleté razor, there were no hang-ups about leg or underarm hair on women. Why not? 'Cause there never had been. Women's fashion started showing more skin, and Gillette saw an opportunity to cash in by suggesting ladies shave those newly exposed areas.
Venus, reveal the goddess in you. And now get that lasting smoothness with new crystal clear Venus.
Number 2, diamonds as a symbol of love.
Diamonds are forever.
Saving up 3 months' salary before popping the question? Worrying about the size of the rock on your finger? The pressure to pick the perfect stone to fit the tastes of your partner? As hard as it is to fathom now, once upon a time, an engagement came without any of those concerns. Yes, some people chose to go with a diamond engagement ring, but it was far from being the standard practice. In 1947, however, that all changed. De Beers launched its now famous A Diamond is Forever ad campaign, and it fundamentally changed the world of proposals. They aimed to make diamonds essential to an engagement, and they largely succeeded.
Oh God, you're gonna tell us the awful truth about engagement rings, aren't you?
Number 1, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and other Hallmark holidays.
Well, Mother's Day is this Sunday, and according to a new survey, people plan to spend more money this year than ever before.
Though holiday-related industries can't take responsibility for creating holidays like Father's Day, Mother's Day, and Grandparents' Day, they have certainly done a remarkable job of commodifying them.
Businesses, they are expecting Father's Day gifts to reach a record $15.5 billion.
Usually conceived of as a day of gestures and a time to pay respect and honor important family members, these secular holidays have instead been transformed into excuses for ready-made cards and gifts. Valentine's Day is arguably the greatest success of them all. Though supposedly about love, Valentine's Day has been made into an occasion on which love is measured by how much one spends. And sure enough, most of us just go along with it.
Happy Love Day, everyone! Come on, Mom. The stores just invented this holiday to make money.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.